Welcome to another episode of the Fantasy Tailgate podcast. With the latest news and fantasy football insights are your hosts, Howie and Will.
All right, and welcome to the Fantasy Tailgate podcast with Howie and Will.
Yeah,
Bam!
there we go.
Perfect.
Woo, woo,
First
woo.
try.
Good job. What's up, everybody?
Didn't even mix up the names either.
Yeah, right.
All right, week 2 in the bag. How did you do this week?
I believe I lost one game. So
Damn.
I'd say I did pretty good.
Oh. Yeah, you
You
did.
can double check that real quick.
I
but
won
I'm
at least
pretty
2
sure I only
games.
lost one. Nice. I won at least
Oh, wait,
2.
No. I won 3 games. I forgot about the ESPN. I did kick ass in that game this week. So
Okay. Actually, technically,
because-
I think I believe I lost 2 games. One was because of the league median. I scored under the median, so I took a loss. But I still won my matchup.
Yeah, league medium's killing me this year in that league.
I was going to say, it's in your league, too.
I know. So, yeah, what's killing me is Josh Allen only scoring 8 points.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, but I kind of saw this coming just because he has no one to throw it to. It's either he's going to take off or he's going to give it to James Cook. Like, there's nobody to throw to on that team.
Yeah, I know. It's disappointing. I don't know if you want to. You know what? I think we're just going to transition to our first segment then, since we're starting to talk about it. Panic players? Are you panicking over Josh Allen? Are we going to panic over Josh Allen or?
No, I'm not. I mean, he's still Josh Allen. I mean, reactionary? Yeah, of course. He sucked over the first 2 weeks. But
Well, are we panicking over any? Are we panicking over any of the quarterbacks? Because Mahomes is not doing great either.
I mean, you're probably still playing Mahomes, but if he keeps it up, if they keep it up over the next couple more weeks, yeah, you're probably starting to panic at that point. Some of the lower quarterbacks, like, you're probably going to start panicking a little sooner, but like Allen, Mahomes, you're probably still, even Dak, you're probably still you're still going with them.
Yeah. So did you have yourself a list of panic players or one?
Yes, I do. I actually have 2. One actually is from the Buffalo Bills. It's Dalton Kincaid.
Oh. Ooh, yeah, he almost made my list.
Yeah, so, I mean, week 1 against Arizona, he had 1 catch from 2 targets for 11 yards. Week 2 against Miami, he caught all 4 of his targets for 33 yards. But both of those games, James Cook took most of the work, so they just weren't passing games. But I think as a result of them probably not passing a ton, Kincaid's going to suffer, and I'm worried about him.
Oh yeah, yeah. I have Kincaid too, and that's what I'm worried about. I have Njoku on my bench. I'm hoping he's going to be well enough for me to get him in there.
I was going to say, I think he should be healthy this week or at least next week.
I got to get somebody else in there because I don't know if I can trust Kincaid. I'm kind of panicking over that.
Well, Andy drafted him as a top 5 tight end, so like that's the worst part of the whole thing.
Oh yeah, you're drafting him high. So
yeah, I mean, my second player was actually another top 5 tight end, so I guess I'll just bring him up now. Sam Laporta.
Oh my goodness.
This is the number 1 tight end. So week 1, he caught 4 of 5 targets for 45 yards. Week 2, he caught 2 of 3 targets for 13 yards. Week 1, yeah, Jameson Williams go off. This week you had Amon-Ra St. Brown come back. I believe Jahmyr Gibbs had a good game too.
Yeah.
He's probably going to get worked into the offense, but not what you're looking for in the first 2 weeks from the number one tight end drafted in a lot of leagues.
No. So, yeah. It's funny because you pick 2 tight ends. I have 2 tight ends.
Tyler, we're worried about tight ends.
Well, you kind of went for the little, I went for my tight ends are the big tight ends, Mark Andrews.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah,
I have him in a couple of my leagues and I'm kind of worried about it.
Yeah, me too. I think in the leagues I do have him, I was really trying to get Isaiah Likely, just in case.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, he might, I think he'll bounce back because he is one of the big pass catchers in that team.
He's. Who else do they have? Zay Flowers?
Yeah, they have Zay Flowers, and that's pretty much it.
Pretty much.
They rely on
Flowers
that.
and the 2 tight ends.
Yeah. They rely on their tight ends for their thing. Yeah. See, Mark Andrews the first week only produced 74% of the snaps, but only 2 targets, 2 receptions, 14 yards, yards after catch. And then the second week, his snap percentage went down to 63. I mean, he had 5 targets. He caught 4 of them. I mean, 51. He had a little better week in the second week, but that's still low for him.
Oh, yeah. So looking at Likely snap percentage compared to that, week 1 Likely was at 66% snaps at 12 targets. Week 2, 49% of the snaps, 3 targets. So I think they just used the tight ends a little less in week 2.
Yeah.
Because neither one of them really did anything. So yeah, in general, that team, it's something to pay attention to. But I mean, he's still Mark Andrews. He's got that name value for a reason.
That's true. My second tight end that I picked, I didn't think this was going to be a panic on your tight end segment.
Tight ends just suck for fantasy, so we're always panicking.
Mine is Travis Kelce Swift.
Always going with the hyphen.
Oh, I'm going with a hyphen now with him because he's a Swiftie now.
Okay.
What the heck is that?
So week one he was targeted 4 times. Week 2 he had 3 targets.
Yeah, see, that's what's, and he's not producing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, 4.9 fantasy points week 1, 1.1 fantasy points week 2 in half points.
Damn.
Yeah, not good from Kelce.
Oh yeah, especially from a team that usually uses them all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you might see more now since they don't have a running back, really.
That's true. Oh, by the way, speaking of that, did you see that they signed Kareem Hunt? Kareem Hunt's coming back to Kansas City.
Yes, I did.
A depth piece there.
Oh yeah, it's depth piece. But is he washed up still? Is he washed up or? Because when he went
believe in Andy Reid, so I believe Andy Reid can do whatever he sets his mind to.
That's very much true, Andy Reid.
And they've worked together before. And when Hunt was in Kansas City, he was great.
Yeah, and he can still catch the ball.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure you don't lose your hands, you lose your wheels more than anything.
Yeah.
So
I think he's still got some juice, but he's not going to be like cranking it out like he used to.
Yeah, he's not going to be their workhorse.
No, that's definitely going to be a committee situation, I think, right now.
Yeah. So I wanted to bring something up here in between. Check this out. This is the leaders for quarterbacks.
Okay.
After the first 2 seasons, this is for football in general, not fantasy. So don't get me wrong.
So is this based off like QBR, quarterback rating?
Yeah, quarterback rating, yards, all that stuff. The number one QB right now is Brock Purdy.
Okay.
And the number 3 quarterback is Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, Gardner, bringing the stash.
Well,
Woo! I love Gardner Minshew.
Stafford is the second quarterback, and Goff is the fourth. To tell you, I mean,
what are they basing this off of?
It's off of yards and let's see.
Maybe I just haven't been paying as much attention as I thought. Not who I thought would be up there. Or not who you would normally think, I guess.
Well, actually, that was ESPN, but NFL is saying that Gardner Minshew is number 2.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and their rating his rating, Brock Purdy's is 96.3.
Okay.
And Gardner's is 95.6. So
how
they're definitely
bad
going.
Was Kyler Murray's QBR in week 1 that he's not up there with his perfect rating in week 2?
Oh. Well, seeing that he's doesn't even look like he's in the top 20.
Huh.
Or am I just not? See, there he is. Okay, there he is. He's just behind.
That's an interesting list.
He's just behind Patrick Mahomes. And
okay.
How the hell is Derek Carr not one of the top 5?
Well, I think they handed it off to Kamara most of the time this last week.
True. That's true. But the first week, Derek Carr was thrown all over the place. Let me see.
Week 1, he was 19 for 23, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Week 2, he was 11 for 16, 243, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Okay, there we go.
He was the QB6 and the QB3 in fantasy.
Damn.
Derek Carr. Oh, my God.
Yeah, quarterbacks do have those years where they find themselves again, at least for a couple games or at least maybe a year.
Well, that was going to bring me to my next question. Are you trusting Carr? You going to be starting him? His next couple weeks are Philly, Atlanta, Kansas City, Tampa Bay.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I think the Saints are going to come back down to earth a little bit.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but this next week might be one of those where he can probably look like a decent quarterback again, because Philly's, I don't know what they're fucking doing right now. Pardon my language.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up too.
Oh, Philly. Just like everybody else I know.
It's like that was a heartbreaking loss. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch it fully, but I saw, I think, the last Falcons drive. So I didn't see the last Philly drive, but I heard that there were some questionable play calls, like maybe just run the ball with the best running back in the league and run the clock down a little bit more.
But instead you throw the ball at him several times and he ends up dropping one when he needed to catch it.
Yeah. Which normally Saquon is a very good pass catcher. So, I mean,
he is. That's what they were saying. It's like you can't blame him for that. Everybody drops a ball every once in a while. It just so happens this was the most critical time to do it. And it stopped the clock.
I go back to the Patriots Seahawks Super Bowl. You have Marshawn Lynch. Give him the ball. You brought in Saquon Barkley. You paid him to be that dude. Give him the ball. Just hand it to him. Don't
you still have
literally hand it to him.
Yep. Yeah. Well, if that in that case with the Marshawn Lynch, handing the ball, it was only second down. You still had 2 more downs to get it in the end zone, and you still had plenty of time on the clock, and you had plenty of timeouts.
Well, and wasn't it kind of the same way for Philly on Monday? Like, didn't they have a couple downs? Like, if they didn't get it, or it was like 3rd down, so they still technically had 4th down, and with the tush push, like, you can probably fucking make a pass.
Right.
Yeah.
If they would have got that first
couple opportunities.
If they got that first down, game was over.
Yeah. So yeah, some questionable calls there, but whatever.
Yeah. But it's still only the second week. It's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They're still 1-1. They looked decent for the most part. And good for the Falcons. Good for Cousins. Hell of a last drive.
Oh, yeah. So, all right. We're going to transition into the good, the bad, and the ugly.
It's the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Oh, yeah. I feel like this is going to be a regular segment of ours, probably.
I like it. It's a good.
Yeah.
It's a good.
Yeah.
It's a good way. I'm gonna go first.
Okay. Are we doing back and forth, or are we doing all three and then all three?
I think we'll do all three and all three.
Okay. Cool.
So Alvin Kamara is my good.
As he should.
And I don't know if I need to say much more after that. He just had one hell of a game.
Yes,
it was nice.
And I think I had him on the bench in at least one league, which I make great decisions, obviously.
I can't remember. I thought I had him in one of my leagues too. Let's see which one.
It was at least one league, if not two. I had him on the bench.
I had him in Walker Down the River.
Nice.
So, and that was I think I won that game. So.
Well, probably because he scored 43 points.
I know. He made up for Josh Allen's 8.76. Oh, Ramondre Stevenson's did good.
One player.
Oh, yeah. So, and that's going to, since I can look at him now, my bad is Stephon Diggs compared to what he did the first week.
Yep. I think that's what everybody was kind of expecting. That week one just kind of surprised everybody.
Yeah, he had 5.7 points. He had more snaps this game. The same amount of targets, but he dropped 2 of them apparently. Or he only caught 4 of them compared to he caught all 6 last time. He had more yards. So, but he didn't have any touchdowns. So is Stephon Diggs going to be a touchdown dependent wide receiver for you?
I think he's going to be. He'll have the couple oddball touchdown ones, but I don't think he's going to be consistent. I think week 2 was more likely the case than week 1.
Well, you also got his teammate Nico Collins had 13. No, that's stop Howard. That's one thing I don't like. There we go. Nico Collins had 23.5 points. So he got a lot of the work. So you might see this more on that team, that one person might do better than the other.
Well, yeah, then the third piece to that is Tank Dell, who only had 1 reception off of 4 targets for -3 yards.
So they shut down Diggs and Tank Dell and just let Nico Collins score all the points.
Yeah, which I think is probably going to be the case, but it might rotate who gets shut down that week and who has a boom week, just because there are so many weapons.
That's what I'm saying. And any of those wide receivers on that team is going to be questionable which one's going to pop.
Well, yeah.
Then you might have weeks where all 3 of them will do a pretty good job, but not 23 points.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Kansas City or even Philadelphia or Seattle situation. Like you have all your wide receivers are pretty much good. They're not all going to have a good game.
Like this week, the person who got a lot of the work was JSN.
Yeah.
So all right.
Those kinds of teams, it's going to kind of rotate week to week, I think.
Now on to my ugly. Christian Kirk. My ugly.
Okay.
I believe I had him an ugly last week too. Or at least I thought about it.
Don't know how he did this week. I have not paid any attention to him.
He had less than a point. He was on the field 88%, but only had 3 targets, 1 catch for only a -1 yard. So
yeah, that's not good.
Nah. especially since before he got injured last year, he was killing it.
Yeah, and I mean that team. It's all dependent on Trevor Lawrence, and I'm not a huge believer in Trevor Lawrence.
No,
he's not showing it so far.
Nope. I've never really been a big believer in Trevor Lawrence, but
no,
he
there was a lot of hype.
Made me.
That was about it.
Last year, I kind of liked him because he was doing pretty good, but we'll see.
Oh yeah, he has flashes, but he's not consistent.
Yeah. All right.
I guess I'll go into mine now. So my
yep.
I have an honorable mention good player. It's Marvin Harrison. I just want to bring him up because everybody was panicking. He had one catch week 1. Well, he had 130 yards and 2 touchdowns on 4 catches in the first quarter. So that was a good part. The part that made me not want to make him my actual good player is he only had 4 more targets. So he caught 4 of 8 targets. But all of his production was in the first quarter. Then basically nothing after that. So that was kind of weird, but mostly good job, Mark. My actual good player is actually one of my shotgun players. Glad to see he got it back in week 2. Calvin Ridley.
Yes.
Half point scoring, he scored 22.7 points, 4 catches, 6 targets, 77 yards, and a touchdown. Kind of what I was expecting from him, so I'm glad to see it in week 2.
Yeah, I was glad to see it too. I've always liked Calvin Ridley. It's a shame I had him on my bench, but
yeah, he's going to be a tough one this year to know when to play him. I think that whole offense is going to be that way. I think.
Yep.
Then my bad player was Chicago Bear DeAndre Swift.
Oh yeah.
So he scored a total of 6.2 fantasy points and half points. He had 4 receptions for 24 yards, 14 carries for 18 yards.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I didn't say that right. Or no, I said that right. You didn't hear that wrong. 14 for 18. What the hell, dude?
That's less. That's messed up.
That whole team didn't do very good. It's gonna be a rough one for the Bears, I think, this year.
The Bears.
Sorry, Bears fans.
Yeah.
And then my ugly player is actually one of my ugly players from last week. It's Anthony Richardson. He only scored 10.8 fantasy points. Completed 17 of 34 passes. 50% completion rate. For 204 yards, 1 touchdown, and 3 interceptions.
Oh,
his 50% completion rate this week was better than last week's of 47%. So,
wow.
The only reason I like this guy for fantasy is because of his rushing capability most of the time.
Right.
He is going to throw interceptions. He's not going to throw for a lot of yards. That's why it's kind of ugly.
Yeah, that is pretty ugly.
Yep.
I did have an honorable mention for a good player, though.
Okay. There was a lot of good guys.
And that is another running back, probably the second best running back of the week, and that is from the Buffalo Bills, James Cook.
Yep.
Yeah, he tore it up too.
Yeah, I have him on a couple teams, and it was so nice.
I know.
Especially because they were the Thursday game, right? I believe.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, so you had a chunk of points on your team going into the weekend.
Unless you had Josh Allen as your quarterback.
Well, yes. But if you were lucky enough to have James Cook and Devon Achane, another honorable mention, then you're looking
Yes. Yes, I believe the team I'm thinking of that has both of them on there and made up for it. Yeah, that's my ESPN league team.
I think I'm in a league where I had one of them and I was playing against the other one. I think so. They kind of even themselves.
Oh yes.
Oh, did you want to hit on the Tua news at all, real quick?
Oh, Tua being injured?
Yeah, so he's on the IR for him to kind of seek some other opinions to kind of better figure out what's actually going on after his concussion
that's going to be
he got on Thursday.
Yeah, that's going to be rough. Who's their backup? I can't remember their backup.
Oh, he started a couple years ago. He hasn't played a ton of games. I'm blanking on his name right now, though. Skylar Thompson, I believe.
Skylar Thompson. Okay. So that's someone we're unaware of.
I feel like I heard that they were going out to sign another guy as like depth, but I don't remember if that was correct or if they actually signed anybody or not.
Okay. Yeah, no, that team has they have H.N. Isn't Tyreek Hill kind of banged up too?
He was last week, I believe. Tyler Huntley is the guy they picked up, by the way.
And if you guys heard some static electricity there, it was not technical difficulties. It was a at-home sick teenager looking for snacks.
It was a forager.
Yeah, he was looking in the snack drawer for snacks. All the cellophane wrapped snacks that we have. So, yes.
Yeah, Tua being out could definitely affect Tyreek and Waddle. I think H.N.'s probably going to benefit quite a bit. Not that he needed to benefit from anything.
Yeah, so if you have H.N., make sure you play H.N., but be careful with the other Miami players you got.
Yeah, and I feel like all of them kind of get injured on and off throughout the season anyway, so, I mean, they're always kind of a risk.
Unless it's a kicker. Kicker could benefit too.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, they got to get him into field goal range first.
Right, but most of the time you can possibly get into field goal range, but not punch the ticket back in.
Well, yeah, and with Tyreek, like, even if your quarterback's not super great, like, he can just huck it up there. Tyreek can turn the other way for 10 yards and make a play work. So
that is true. Tyreek is like that. Tyreek the freak.
Yeah, he can just huck it up and just make it happen, dude.
Right. All right. So, do you have any other? Oh, I'm going to bring this up too because we do have time to go off the rails for a second. Good, you moved. Your
I'm not
drink
frozen.
was right in front. You're drinking and it looked like you were frozen there. I'm like, are you there still? What do you think about Geno? Geno looks pretty good. Geno Smith.
Honestly, I haven't been paying too much attention to the Seahawks game. When it's on, I usually have Red Zone on, and they're not usually on the Red Zone. I've heard he's been doing pretty good, though. I don't have a super strong opinion on him.
Through week 2, let's see where he's at, and this is courtesy of Fantasy Pros. He is, where is he at? I thought I saw him put up there. He's in the top 20 at least. No, maybe not. God
Fantasy.
Damn. Oh no, he's number 9.
I want to say fantasy-wise, he's finished as a QB7 both weeks in 4-point touchdown.
Okay. And that's you're seeing that in ESPN or?
No, so I am in Sleeper, just going through the game log in Sleeper for half point.
Oh.
Half PPR, 4-point per touchdown.
Okay.
League. Yeah, so week 1 he was 18 for 25, 171 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And then this last week he was 33 of 44 for 327 and 1 touchdown. So.
Okay. Yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. He's playing smart. He's playing good.
He also had 4 carries for 30 yards and a touchdown in week 1. So
yeah, and you're seeing him move around a little more too.
Yeah.
It was like I like this new offensive coordinator. He's opening up the offense a little more.
Not as bad as I was expecting.
And the defense is looking a little better.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, for sure.
So we'll see. And I think we're in first place, right?
Yeah, because we're 2-0 and everybody else is either 1-1 or 0-2, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. Seattle Seahawks, first place team. Who would have thought?
Oh, yeah. Dad called me last night and he was mentioning that. That's why that was on the top.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, now we'll actually transition into the next segment, and that is teams. I mean, we're not going to do a lot of the teams, but teams that has the most fantasy good fantasy players on it.
Yeah. You bringing up Geno Smith actually transitions nicely because one of my teams that I think actually has quite a bit of good weapons is Seattle. With Geno playing the way he is, DK Metcalf, always great.
Yep.
Kenneth Walker, if he's healthy, you're probably starting him. You got JSN. I think there's decent weapons on that team still.
And Charbonnet did not look bad either.
Yeah. But, I mean, I don't know if he's going to get enough work to reliably be able to start him every week.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it's like
unless Kenneth Walker misses time, then throw him in there.
Yep. So my team I was going to go for was the New Orleans. Right now.
Okay. Yeah.
New Orleans has They got Derek Carr. They have Adam Kamara. Adam Kamara?
Alvin. I think it's
there
Chipmunks,
you
man.
go.
Chipmunks. Not Adam Carolla. Chipmunks.
There you go. There's the new moment.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Adam Kamara. I caught myself on that.
Yeah, you did. I was drinking when you said it.
I was trying to say it. I was like, it's an A of something. Adam Kamara?
So close. Good old Adam Kamara.
Adam Kamara. There we go.
Man.
We did tell people, tune in today.
Okay. Alvin Kamara.
Alvin Kamara. They also have Olave.
Yep. Actually, in a league of mine, I just traded for Chris Olave. I traded Ramondre for Olave straight up.
Oh, nice.
We really needed running backs, and I like Olave.
Olave, I do too.
Yeah.
Shaheed is doing good.
Mm-hmm.
That whole team is actually playing very good.
Oh, yeah. But I think we mentioned it earlier. The upcoming schedule gets a little tougher, so we'll see if they can actually keep it up or if we're going to see it through New Orleans.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to see if this New Orleans Saints is for real.
Oh, yeah.
If Rashid Shaheed is for real. We know Olave is very good. Kamara, he's already proven himself. It's going to be Derek Carr and the younger players.
Oh, yeah.
Because Derek Carr is, I'm not saying he's old, but he's had his prime.
Getting up there. And he's never been, like, that guy. Like, he's always been a good NFL quarterback, but he's never been a great fantasy quarterback.
True. So, that's my team with the most fantasy relevant players as of right now.
Cool. Yeah, the other one I just wanted to mention, and you probably already know who it is. It's the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yes,
pretty
I was
much
going to bring
everybody
them
on
up
that
to.
team you're going to start if they're playing, except for Dallas Goedert if you have other options, but everybody else is still solid.
Dallas Goedert, you know.
Like, if you have to, I guess, but...
You know, kids love that stuff, you know.
I don't mind it. It's like a
I have
bite-sized Go-Gurt.
I have a little girl that will eat like 4 of them all at once. That one back to back to back to back. It's like she just loves the stuff. It's like
It sounds like she just needs a bowl of yogurt.
she won't eat it out of the bowl. It has to be the Go-Gurt pouches.
Well, they make like longer, skinny Ziplocs. You should try putting some like yogurt in there and just like cut the end off and just let her use that.
Oh, the little the snack pack Ziplocs.
Yeah.
Or get those every once. Yeah.
Or if you need to in Sharpie, just write Go-Gurt on the side of it.
No. But back to Philly. Yeah, I agree. That was one of the teams I was looking at too for this list. So it's like
I hesitate to bring it up because I know people are gonna say fan, whatever, but like I'm trying not to come at this from the fan point of view. Like I'm trying to come from it as like as unbiased as possible. So happen to be really good, okay? Suck it.
I mean, he's a fan of Philly. Yeah, suck it.
Not a fan of the Bears or something. Sorry, Bears fans. That was unnecessary.
I know this is probably impromptu and we haven't had no time to research it for ourselves, but who do you think is the team that has the least amount of fantasy relevance?
Ooh. Carolina.
Yes.
Actually,
Actually,
that might change because Bryce Young, we didn't touch on this, Bryce Young has been done for Andy Dalton. They might have more relevance in the next coming weeks. Andy Dalton, greater sign than Bryce Young. I almost said Bryce Howard. I think that's an actor.
What's his, Bryce Dallas Howard is an actress director for the Disney Corporation. The Crim, or what do they call the Ginger Warriors going in for him?
Yeah. I don't know why I want to say the Blonde Bomber, but that's not even close. He's not blonde. Maybe that's Burrow's new nickname.
Oh, yes. Well, I was originally going to say the Red Devil or something. It's like, it's more like Ginger.
Red Rider?
Red Rider, yes. Yeah. Anywho.
Anyway.
But right now they are the ones with the least.
Yeah.
Oh, also you got to also throw in New England Patriots.
Yeah, really, it's Ramondre or bust.
Yeah, got nothing else on there. But
the Browns aren't looking so hot. But I mean, hopefully getting Njoku back, maybe he'll step up to the plate. Running backs are still somewhat decent, but
right. Oh yes. Well, yeah. Jerome Ford ain't doing too bad.
Yeah, no, I believe he's had a couple of decent weeks so far.
Yeah, he's my number two.
That trade, go ahead.
I said he's my number 2 running back on maximum effort.
Oh, nice. In that trade I did with Ramondre for Olave, I originally tried to do Jerome Ford for Olave, but she came back and she was like, "No, I want Ramondre," and I was like, "Yeah, all right, I'm okay with that." So I tried to lowball her, but it didn't work.
So, all right. Next segment. I guess I don't need to say that. Whatever.
We can just move.
Moving on. This one's going to be a fun one. Honestly, I did not get a chance to research this fully. There's just way too many drinks. And it's like,
Yeah.
I got intimidated by that a little bit. But we were going to compare a NFL football player to a drink.
Yeah, we don't have a clever name for this. Just not right now, at least.
No. I think I'm going to start this off with my first one. Okay, I don't know how many you got, but I have 3.
I have 2. So if you want to, you start and finish on you, and I'll fit in the middle.
My first player is Jordan Mason.
Okay.
And the drink I compare him to is Pepsi.
Okay.
Pepsi's a good substitute for Coke. Coke is the best, but when you can't have Coke, you have a Pepsi.
Fair enough. All right. I like it. I like it. All right, I'll go into mine, I guess. So my first one, we've actually already talked about this guy, but it is Sir Adam Kamara. Sorry, Alvin Kamara. That was on purpose.
Oh, okay. Well, you did it so smoothly.
Oh, I know. It's how I roll, Howard. Anyway, Alvin Kamara, I am comparing to Sprite. Draft season, Alvin Kamara wasn't exciting. Nobody really wanted him, but he was there, so you took him. But now that you've cracked that open, taken that first sip, oh my God, it's so refreshing. So
all that bubbly refreshment. I see
bubbly,
that.
The little bit of sweetness, the citrusy. Oh, it's fantastic. But you never really wanted. It's never your first choice.
Now I want a Sprite.
Right? See? But you didn't know you wanted a Sprite until you thought about it.
Correct. Wow, that's pretty good. That's very good. I'm.
Thank you. And a plus.
So you're gonna like my next one.
Okay.
Because it's a Philadelphia Eagles, okay. And my reason is probably total BS, but Saquon Barkley.
Okay.
I compare him to Red Bull because he got his wings.
Nice. Fly, Eagle, fly.
He's an eagle now. He can fly.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And he's still so good.
Yeah. And he's a little energetic. He's got that pop. You know, take a Red Bull and you just
yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
yeah. All right. So my second and final that I have, I'm just gonna set this up a little bit before I reveal who it is. So it's not a specific drink, but imagine you're at a restaurant, sitting down for a nice dinner. You see this like crazy, elaborate, sounds delicious drink on the menu. You're like, yeah, I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to get that. It comes out to you. Waitress is a little clumsy. She trips, spills it all over you, all over the table. It's ruined everywhere. Christian McCaffrey.
Yes.
You're excited. You have that number 1 pick. It's nice and shiny. You don't get it that often. You're treating yourself. You go for McCaffrey. And then he's out for like 6 weeks with no news at all leading up to it.
I relate to that.
Disappointment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you were able to pick up Jordan Mason.
Oh yeah, you went into the bathroom. They had a loaner shirt. You were able to dry off, dab your face, put that shirt on, come back out, have a decent meal. If not, your ass is driving home, sticky, covered in tequila and triple sec, pissed off, having a terrible night.
That's bad.
I don't know why triple sec came up.
Oh my gosh. That's a very good comparison. I like how you're doing the story with it too.
That what I thought of super last minute. The Alvin Kamara one, I had that like almost as soon as I thought of this segment, and I was like, "Yep, Kamara Sprite." Then CMC, I was just like outside this morning, and I was like, "You know what? I like it."
Okay, I didn't come up with a story or anything for none of mine, but I'm going to attempt to do this.
All right.
Let's see. This is going to be total BS, but you're at somebody's backyard barbecue. You show up late. There's nothing but generic pops left. Their good pops are all gone. Store brand Mountain Dew in the bottom there. You pick it up. You drink it. It's not bad. It's not great. It's Gardner Minshew.
All right.
Nobody wants him.
I like it.
But he's good enough to pop in there if you need him.
Good enough in a pinch. Oh,
He's
speaking of popping in there, I had a quote from a coach. I wasn't sure if you heard about or not. Let's see if I can find where this was. Where'd it go?
Oh.
So, from Saints coach Dennis Allen, talking about like Kamara having the game he had and the game that the whole team had. I don't know the full context, but his little snippet was, sometimes you just gotta pop it out and show them. Like, basically, you just gotta take it out and show it to them sometimes. That's how you get it done.
Oh my
like, what?
God.
What? I mean, okay, sure, man.
Not working, so here you go. Look at this. Oh my gosh. God, these people are hilarious. Flip it up. That is horrible.
I knew the full context of the quote, but I don't. But the little snippet I heard, hilarious.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Do you have any of those off the top of your head?
What's that?
Any more? Can you come up with any more drinks off the top of your head?
Ooh, off the top of my head.
We have a few extra minutes here.
Well, I know I have a drink in my head that I'm trying to figure out somebody to compare to, but I can't think of who to compare to as of yet. I want to compare somebody to water.
Same here.
Like, boring, middle of the road, whatever. Well, you drink it, you're happy with it. You're happy you have water. I don't really... I'm sure there's somebody that fits that.
Is there a weird type of water out there? Plain weird.
I mean, there's sparkling water. There's alkaline water. I almost compared Tamara to sparkling water. Like, oh, it's water. It's boring. Kind of like first time. But I got stuck on the first time I tried sparkling water. I hated it. Now I love it. I've never hated Camaro. I've always loved Alvin.
There's got to be a water out there that's kind of weird. It's good, but just weird and plain and boring. Maybe.
Arrowhead.
Because I wanted something weird because you can compare that to Russell Wilson. Plain and weird.
That's true. I don't know. If I was in the desert and I really needed water and there was Russell Wilson water and nothing, I might try to find something else.
Maybe I should just compare him to the water that he promotes, and that's Life Water.
I mean, Life Water is not bad water.
Well, what was that? I know he was promoting a type of water at one point, saying this will make you heal a lot faster.
Okay. Life Water is the one that's the alkaline water, I believe.
Alkaline water, okay.
So yeah, yes, I think that was the one he was doing.
I don't know. I'm not a chemist. All right.
Do I want to be?
You have any other things you want to bring to the table? We got a few extra minutes.
The waiver wire this week didn't look like it had a ton of options. So, like, be wary of that. Like, when you're going on the waiver wire, like, you don't want anybody, don't go for anybody. Like, if your team can handle it, like, you don't have to go for people just because it's the waiver wire.
I really still like my teams, so I don't want to mess with it yet.
Yeah.
So I have not been doing any free agencies because it's like, I don't want to get rid of anybody yet. It's like, I still think my teams
only
are
been
good.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to be patient. I can't get rid of people. I see these young guys on my team. It's like, oh, he's not doing anything right now, but it's only the second week. He's getting on the field for 30% of the time. He's not getting any targets, but he's out there. I mean, and these especially wide receivers, some of them don't pop until the second year, and some of them I have are rookies too. So it's like, I want to give them a shot still. And it's like,
like through week 3, week 4, like if they keep it up, okay, it's probably becoming a habit at this point. But like, we're only 2 weeks in. Even our panic players, like, I'm still giving them time because it's only 2 weeks in.
Right. The panic players, I mean, the QBs, don't worry about them. They're gonna figure their crap out. It's like, especially with the QBs, don't expect some of these QBs, like let's say Mahomes and Allen's, their situations are because of the running backs, and they're getting more.
Yeah, their running backs are just doing very well, so like they don't have to throw as much.
So you're not going to get those.
Independent.
Yeah, you're not going to you can't depend on them anymore to get your 30 points a week. You're going to get average points from them, which is, I mean, you're not going to get not single digits all the time, but you're going to get like 18 to 22 from them. And every once in a while they're going to pop,
Which I feel like with Mahomes, I feel like that was almost built into his ADP this year. Allen, it wasn't. Like,
no.
Most of the time he went as the first quarterback, so like you're expecting a lot more from Josh Allen, but you're also expecting a lot more out of his legs.
Right.
He's been showing.
And it's just James Cook is just breaking out. I mean,
yeah, he's got the hot hand. Why go away from him?
Yeah. It's like he did pretty good last year. And now he's just continuing it, and it's great to see. Because that's one of the biggest things Buffalo has not had throughout this whole time competing. A very dominant running back. When you have the dominant running back, and the offense is going to be unstoppable because you got to stop the run. Now you got to stop the run and the pass, and you got to stop the running of the quarterback too.
Yeah.
That's,
It's a little unfortunate they don't have super strong options at receiver because they could be a much more dangerous offense, I think, if they had. Not saying Diggs was the dude, but if they had, I don't know, stayed in the first round and took Xavier Worthy, maybe they'd have a decent wide receiver core.
Yeah. Maybe they just saw Dalton Kincaid as that. And maybe he still might be. He still might be. So, but yeah, that's
for the first 2 weeks, though.
Yeah. But yeah, there's my rant for the week.
yeah. Can't really think of anything else to hit on. I'll probably think of something when we stop.
Well, the only thing I can think of is, the Russell Wilson watch is getting less of a watch now, because it really sounds like he's just going to be the backup freaking quarterback for this team. And that's that. My season is over with for him. And
I think we're pretty much there. So he's starting week 3, right?
It sounds like Fields is starting week 3.
Yeah.
Unless there's a change at the very end.
Unless Fields gets injured or just has a terrible game and they put Wilson in, I don't think Wilson's in the field.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like they're winning with Fields. I mean, he's not doing anything special. I mean, he's not like he hasn't gone out there and just grabbed the position, he's still, hey, Russell Wilson, still come through the door. Come through the door. Hey, I got the door for you. I still got the door open for you, man. I got the door open for you. See, it's like he's not doing anything special, but they're winning the games. So why should you swap them out?
Yeah, he week 1 threw for 156 yards. Week 2 threw for 117 yards, but got a touchdown.
Yeah, nothing special.
No, he's game managing at this point.
Oh my God, why am I thinking this? I'm not a Pittsburgh Steeler fan, and I'm acting like a Pittsburgh Steeler fan.
Yeah, like,
you want to put
the Steelers are gonna suck.
As soon as Wilson is available, you got to put him in. I don't care if they suck or not. It'd be better if they sucked. I can care less about the Pittsburgh Steelers.
You're forgetting you're the player fan, not the team fan.
Yes. Gosh damn it. I started to pretend like I was a team fan. No, I am not a Pittsburgh fan. No. I got to go take one of those showers where I'm cuddling up in the corner saying, no.
Title this episode, Howard confesses his love as a Steelers fan.
Oh my God. And I'm wearing a black shirt too. Damn it. It was kind of like when I realized I wasn't a Patriots fan.
Oh yeah. You
remember that?
A Brady fan?
Yeah. It was Super Bowl and it was the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh yeah.
It was a close game. I wasn't saying much throughout the whole game. Then all of a sudden the Eagles take the lead and I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what?
Well,
I'm not a Patriots
fan. Over
fan.
at my house and I was rooting for the Eagles. So.
Well, yeah, but I was kind of indifferent throughout the whole day. And so it was like, I was wondering why I'm so indifferent. And it's like, and that just solidified it. It's like, oh crap, I'm no longer a Patriot fan. That sucks. Oh no, I guess, I mean, also that was the whole Deflategate thing.
Oh, yeah.
So I was kind of, maybe that was pushed me away. But yeah, anyways.
It's like when I realized I was more of an Eagles fan than a Seahawks fan is when I went to the game. And not one of my family of 4 was wearing anything Seahawks, and I was very disappointed at the outcome because the Eagles lost. Realize I'm more of an Eagles fan than I am a Seahawks fan.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing.
I already kind of knew, but that really confirmed it.
Yeah, it's better that you went to that situation instead of going to the Eagle Stadium wearing Seahawks stuff.
I wouldn't have done that anyway. I am not psychotic.
Yeah, some places are harder
maybe
to
like
get by.
Under the jersey, maybe. But
I am wearing my Seahawk underwear.
You'll never see it, but it's there, just in case.
I wear my Pittsburgh Steelers underwear every once in a while for several days in a row so I can get them nice and nasty. I don't go days without a shower. I was joking. Yeah. Anyways. All right. I think that brings us to the end.
Yeah, that's the end of my coffee too, apparently. I don't know if you guys saw that on YouTube.
They must have saw me when I was into my juice too. So there's a tablet or something chirping. So, all right. Thank you guys for listening to the Fantasy Tailgate podcast with Howie and Will. I did it perfect again. Oh, yeah.
It's like you're getting used to it.
I am. Told you it was a matter of time.
Right.
Take a look at our socials. All the information will be on the information part. Send us emails, whatever. Contact us. Ask us questions. We'll give you our horrible advice for fantasy football, too. I mean,
yeah, got start-sit questions or just like trade questions or any questions like life, whatever, man.
We'll give you our best opinions. I mean, it might not be the great, but
no, and we're not professionals in any form capacity. Just 2 dudes.
Yeah, 2 dudes that's pretty good at football, fantasy football.
Yeah, I'm not good at football. I'll get my ass whooped.
I know, right? So, all right. Thank you guys for listening, and sayonara.
See you guys.
Adios. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Fantasy Tailgate podcast. Like, comment, and subscribe to help us continue to grow. Also, follow us on our socials and join us again next